I just wanted to take this time to do a video on the Dell Latitude D820 BIOS menu. I haven't been in here in a long time, but you got to see how much stuff is in this BIOS menu. Alright, it's going to be kind of hard to see since this is not one of those good cameras. But you got your processor, your system info, which tells basic information about your system. I'm just going to shoot it on the side so the camera doesn't make it glare. Then you got your processor info, which tells you about your current processor, and it tells you how slow the clock can go and how fast the clock can go. So that's pretty good. The cache on here is only 2 megabytes, which sucks. Dual core present, yes. So of course you see it doesn't represent any quad core processing, which sucks, of course. But this is one fancy little laptop, believe it or not. Then it tells you about your RAM, and of course I have 2 gigs of RAM installed. 400 megahertz of the memory, that's how fast the memory is, dual channel, DDR2 SD RAM, so it tells you just everything about the RAM, which is pretty cool. Then you can go down to device info, and it tells you which actually integrated on the board. You know, this thing actually comes with the with cellular data, but you have to install that somewhere in the board, which I don't know, but this laptop's pretty good, and when I go to sell it, I'm gonna sell it for $50 less than I brought it because it's in excellent condition. I just need to wipe it down, you know, fingerprints and stuff like that. Tells you about the condition of your battery and what batteries are installed. 2 batteries can be installed on this machine. This is a really good business machine, and you know, getting rid of this machine is, I wish it was faster than what it is now, but it runs Windows 7 flawlessly. It just doesn't play games as well, and that's what I really brought it for, some light gaming, but light gaming is really becoming really hard on here. So it tells you your 2 batteries. And this is my main battery on the bottom, and then the battery bay, which is on the side. That's what that battery represents, but it's not installed right now. My CD drive is right there. This just tells you about your battery health, how it's doing. This tells you date and time, boot sequence, and how it's going to boot, which should it boot to first. Your onboard devices, such as NIC and let's see what's in the NIC menu. See what we can do with the NIC. And it tells you off, enable with PXE, that means boot with PXE. Have no idea what that really means though. And boot with RPL, I don't know what that means either. Still learning these terms. Internal modem enabled, you know. And this is really stuff that will help your battery if you enabled or disabled some of the stuff. Enable external USB ports. What do you mean? Oh yeah, you know what? This laptop has all these options because this laptop can be docked. So if you have it to a docking station, these options could be enabled or disabled. Now I know why these are here. That just came to mind. Integrated USB hub. Now you can. This is really actually cool. If you're using older USB devices, that means it's going to run at 1.1, which is compatible. High speed, which is, at around this laptop was built, was 2.0, which is like I don't even know how fast 2.0 is. Like 150 megabytes per second. I don't know how fast USB 2.0 is, but high speed is USB 2.0, so a lot of options in this BIOS menu. And sorry about the bad quality, but this is the best I can do for now. And it tells you parallel port. I guess this is what it should operate at. They have off, COM1, COM2. Oh, this is that was infrared. AT, PS2, and ECP. So I don't even know what this stuff means. But actually it tells you what it means down here, but I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to quickly go through all this. I'm running out of battery. You got your ambient light sensor settings, your brightness settings, your brightness on AC, so if it's plugged into the AC, that'll determine what brightness it'll automatically go to. Your primary video or dock video card, so if you have a dock, if you have this docked and you have a video card in that dock, it'll go to that. Or you can just use the onboard video, which is my NVIDIA Quadro. A lot of security options in here because this thing is a security horse. It actually comes with the micro O2 card reader, so you can use a card reader that's built into this. Use your card, put it inside the laptop, and that'll allow you inside the laptop alternatives to the password, or you can just have it set to both password change, password bypass. Now this is I guess if you set a password on the BIOS? Is there a way to bypass the password, or a password on the OS, and if you can't remember it, another way to bypass it? We're just going to go past all this. Just look at all the security options. Okay, that's all under security. This thing is crazy. This computer is still in wow, check this out. I haven't seen this before. CompuTrace. This field lets you activate or disable the BIOS menu interface of the optional CompuTrace service from Absolute Software. The CompuTrace agent from Absolute Software is a service solution designed to help track assets and provide recovery services in the event of the computer lost or stolen. Wow, I have never seen this. Is this even... I'm going to activate it. I want to see what this does. I'm going to hit activate. You will not be able to change the setting once the feature is activated or disabled. Are you sure? No. I'm not sure. Okay. But this will allow you to track this computer. There's a lot of stuff shoved inside of this machine. Holy crap. Alright. Wow. It even the performance options. This is my first time seeing all this. I don't go in the BIOS menu like that. You have multi-core support. If you want to turn off one of those cores, you just hit disable, and then that'll allow you to run it on one core, which improves battery life but slows down your performance. You have your hard drive performance. Quiet, that means slower but quieter. Bypass means do nothing, needed for older hard drives. I don't know what that means because this is SATA. Performance, faster but possibly noisier. I don't even hear this hard drive running. Speed step, you guys kind of know what that is, Intel speed step. Power management, this is what I actually went to the BIOS menu for. I actually wanted to wake on LAN because I'm trying to do something where I can have my computer, it's actually off over here to wake on LAN, and maybe if I had this one enabled, which will allow this one to be enabled too, because it doesn't have an option for that in the BIOS menu. Serial ATA, DIP-M, I don't even know what that means. Feature enabled on internal serial ATA hard disk drive. When enabled, internal hard disk may initiate power management transition request. I don't even really know what that is. Maintenance contains settings related to general system docking. Okay, post behavior. So how do you want it to post? That's kind of what that is. And then wireless features. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in this BIOS menu. My head hurts right now. Wish I could go more in depth, but like I said, my battery's dying, and I don't want to keep talking and the battery dies. So, yeah, I mean, check out all of this stuff, man. This is probably a computer that you really want to use for your server. You know, this computer, I got it for $280, and after changing out the processor in here to 1.8 to 2.16 gigahertz, that cost an additional, I think, $40 or $50. Then the RAM, I paid extra $20 for another gig, and the battery the 2-hour extra battery for the media bay, I paid $10 for that. So some upgrades have been done to this laptop, and it's been working flawlessly since. You know, this is not a laptop I would love to sell, but when times get tough, you have to do something about it. But I'm not ready to sell it now. But when I go and go build a new system and I want to trade this in for something or sell it, I may just keep it because I want to build a server, a mini home server, just using regular parts. I don't want to build anything advanced. So this is where I'm going to cut the video. But if you got any information on this BIOS menu, you want me to go more in depth with some of this stuff, then, just leave a comment.